Hello everyone. I welcome you to Arena of Healing. In this place, you wake up smiling, you feel no harms, and your bundle is being removed. My name is Oluwadamilola Matthew, and I have been in this land for complete 9 years. That is pretty much. Don't tell anyone. Here is today's Bible verse. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 7 says, "Seek for the peace of this land, that I have caused you to go into captivities. For in the peace of this land, you shall have peace." This is the letter of Jeremiah that is sent to the children of the Israel that was being in the captivities in the land of the Babylon. As an ambassador of Christ, that I have been here for complete 9 years, I have more than enough information that I can help you as you, a Christian, to stay in this land successfully. Maybe you are thinking of moving to this land, or you are here already. All what you need to do in this place is to subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything that you are confused about, just leave your comment. I'm going to attend to it. First, I would like to introduce deep of myself to you. In my stay in this land for complete 9 years, I have a privilege to work directly with the police, and also I do submitted evidence in the criminal court. Who I am, I was once be a CCTV operator in the land of UAE, known as Dubai. Today I'm going to mentor you in a two-way. One, we will talk about our spiritualism and also the law of this land. There is one important thing that must be in the heart of every believer. And number one, we should not forget that we are not permanent residents of this world. Our citizenship is in the heaven. This truth, these realities, has both problem to the heart of many believers. Like, how can we live successfully as a Christian in this world? Another tension is that being a foreigner in a strange country, number one tension that I have when I came to this land is worshiping on Friday. I was thinking, maybe I'm in another planet. You may also have a tension as a believer if there is a church in this land. Every nook and cranny of land of UAE that we know as a Dubai have a place of worshiping. Another tension is that, how can I live the reality of my faith in Arab world? Luke 22 verse 32 says, Jesus says, "I have prayed for you that your faith faint not. And when you are comforted, strengthen other believers." Number one thing that you need to know in the land of the UAE is that you don't need to know Arabic before you get anything done. 80% of this land, they can communicate with you with English. You may even be thinking, am I going to put on abaya kandura? This is another tension, right? I have been here for 9 years. And if you need any place you can get a truth fact, I think it is this channel that you can get a real fact. I have not put on abaya kandura, and I have been a Christian and ambassador of Christ for 9 years in this land. the land of UAE, known as Dubai. They never force anyone to put on kandura, abaya, or wearing hijab. I want you to admit this truth. Take a second, pause, because here lies the problem, issues of this land. I can sincerely tell you, my viewer, that in this land, the only thing that is not under the coverage, it is your room. Everywhere in this land have more than sufficient CCTV. You break one rule, either you are jailed or you are being fined. I have some friends that come from UK, USA. They will look around all the streets and say this country is pretty cool because there is no camera. Being a CCTV operator for some years in this land, I will tell you that every single corner of this place is being under coverage. Here have a zero tolerance for any misbehaving. Another information that I would like to give to you, that I want you to think about it before you move to this land. There is a crime. There are some crime in this land that have no bail, no appeal. We call it felony crime. What are the felony crime? Number 1, raping, killing, abusing of religion, insulting the senior citizen of this land. Another thing is that when you enter a public bus, don't sit in a lady seat. Shaking of hands, hug each other. It is minor, it is nothing. But in this land, it is not permitted for any opposite sex to hug, kiss, or shaking hands of opposite sex. You can be prosecuted for doing that. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 10 says, "My son, hear the word of my mouth, so that your years will be long on earth." So, my viewer, how do we need to live Christian life in an unchristian world? Thankfully, Jesus has not left us to figure this out alone. His word, He gives us guidance, direction of every answer and question in our hearts. Proverbs chapter 3, 5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your way, acknowledge Him, and He will direct in your paths." Number 1 way to live as a Christian in an unchristian world is to participate in their community. You are here, it's not by accident. It has been in a God's plan for your life to be here. You may not like the event that brought you down to this land, the decision that brought you to this place. It may not be pretty good, but even in the midst of difficulties and challenges, we can still find comfort, knowledge in the place God has placed us to be. And number 2, sing for the peace of this community. Jeremiah 29 verse 7 says, "Sing for the peace of this land." Be involved. Do whatever you can do to bring good to this land. Example of this, some Christians in this land, they do involve in Ramadan. They also fasting. They pray for this land, especially the faithful one among them. Any organization that I work for, I do pray for them for their growth, because in the peace of my organization, that is where I'm going to find peace. Seeking for the peace of this land is to be a good neighbor, feeding the poor, and also greeting the people in the store. It means embrace every nationality with the love of Christ. And finally, pray for this community. Pray for the land of the UAE. Prayer, it is a duty of every Christian. Even Jeremiah, he still encouraged the children of Israel that was being in a captive, that they should pray for the land of the Babylon. And you can see how important it is for us to pray for the peace of our land. How do I need to pray for this land of the UAE? Number one, as a Christian, we pray for the prosperity of the land of the UAE. We pray for the safety. We pray for the king of this land. We pray for everyone living in this land, whether they are black, they are white, they are Chinese, or they are Arab. We pray for the Lord blessing to build upon our brother and sister in the Christ. I will close this program with Pastor Charles' message, which says, a blessings of this land, it may not make us rich, but it will keep our honesty. In this land of the UAE, we have 7 states. And one of the states is Dubai. Out of this one of the states is where I am living also. UAE, it is not Dubai. UAE is being known as United Arab of Emirates. It is good to fishing for soul in a foreign land, as we all know that as a believer, we are in the airport that we are waiting for our flight. Fishing for soul in a strange land, it is for God glory and God honor. We all need to live as God's people in a foreign land. For more information on how to live successfully in the land of UAE, known as Dubai, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments, and also like. God bless you, and I wish you a wonderful day.